How's it going, everybody? I am the Texas Man. I hope you guys are all having an awesome day. Make sure you guys subscribe and you guys hit that bell notification button to get notified of any and all upcoming videos coming out in the future here on the Texas Man channel. With that, we're going to be talking about a album called The Journey Home by the artist it is Stephen S. Billings. And I had the opportunity to listen to two of his albums, his 2007 and 2014 album. This is my review for the 2007 album, The Journey Home. I will be doing a separate video reviewing his 2014 album in the very near future. So this is a artist that does a lot of country pop type of albums, and a friend of mine allowed me to borrow these two CDs, listen to them a couple times, and so I'm reviewing them. So thank you, Grace, for letting me borrow those CDs and listening to your uncle's music. And with that, we're going to talk about some positives and negatives that I have about the Journey Home album. So first of all, let's talk about positives. I think this album was interesting. I'm so used to listening to things like Jeremy Camp, for King and Country and stuff like that. So it was nice to be able to not know what to expect from this album. So I literally just plopped it into my CD player, listened to it the first time just to get my feet wet. I listened to it a couple more times, and I'm like, there's some really good stuff in here. So for positives, each song is different from each other, and that was a very good thing that stood out to me. Each song, it's different in its own way, and I really enjoyed that. The drummer that was for this album did a phenomenal job. I loved the person that was playing the drums. Not only did they have some good material to work with, but how they executed it was really well done. I loved track one. Thank you. I'm sorry, what is it called? It's called um, Thank You God I'm Free. I think the rocky intro was amazing. And also want to give a shout out, Stephen S. Billings, your voice. Amazing, amazing voice. I love your voice when you're singing. Keep it up, man. This album blends rock, hard rock, jazz, rock and roll, church type of choir, and country all in one go for a lot of songs. And then some songs, it's only like two or three of those things, and it does so in a really good way. Track 4, called The Puzzle Master, I love from start to finish, and it has an amazing story. Track 5, Where Is the Love? Jazzy and rocky with a little bit of rock and roll, was very unique. And it did a really good job of blending together a real world message. Track 6 had a really awesome violin and piano sound that was really special to listen to. Track 7, Give It All to You. It was very smooth and calming, and the trumpet in that song really stood out to me. Great job on that. Track 9, At Least a Thousand Reasons. The trumpet solo, that also really stood out and was very unique and really well done. I also love track 11's country, rock and roll, pop, and its message all together. For me, the best tracks was track 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, and 11. And I love both versions of Thank God I'm Free. I love both versions of it. I honestly had a hard time figuring out what the difference is between those two versions, but even with that unnoticeable difference that I really couldn't tell, I still like both versions. Also, Stephen S. Billings used family members in the song Big Little Man at the beginning of the song, but I'll be completely honest with you guys, it was awful. It just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, I wasn't expecting it, and then I was listening to a second and a third time, and I'm just like, this is bad, and I'm like, it was bad. I didn't understand why that was done. So if you could let me know in the comment section, that would be nice, because I don't know why it was in there. For negatives, track 2's intro, I just didn't like it. I'm a person that, like, if you're going to make a song and you're going to make an album, sing. I don't like intro musical numbers. I don't like intros for a song in an album. If you're going to make an album, which is where you're singing, sing. Don't talk. An album's not supposed to be a press conference. You're supposed to be singing the story, not talking the story out loud to the audience. If the person that's listening to the song doesn't understand what the message is in the song, that's their own problem. Don't explain what the message is of the song and then sing the song, because they're going to listen to the message that you're talking about, and then when you start singing it, they're going to be like, okay, you just said everything already, so why am I listening to the song? It kind of defeats the purpose, if you can understand what I'm saying. Also, track 2 is way too long. So is track 7, 10, 11, and 12. They're just way too long. Please keep in mind, longer is not better. Condense the message under 5 minutes. Most people don't want to listen to a song that's longer than 5 minutes. I mean, there's been some songs that are like 8, 9, 10 minutes that I really enjoy, but they're unique and they don't keep just going on and on and on a loop forever. So please keep that in mind. What else? On track 2, around 1 minute and 33 seconds, the boring talking intro was just unneeded, and then it just like goes up, and I'm just like, make up your mind on a beat for the song and stick with it. Track 12 was also a drag to listen to. The song just went on forever and ever. That song, track 12, is My Home Is With You. That song is 6 minutes and 47 seconds. That's just way too long. Condense it down. That's all I have to say. Track 3 tries to go into like a dance mood towards the middle / end, and then you kind of like just stopped with the dance mood and you went off to do other things. I really would have enjoyed if you would have stayed with the dance mood in that track. I thought it was like, oh, we're getting to the dance. I was starting to boogie and whatnot the first couple times I was listening to it, and you stopped and you started doing other things, and I'm like, wait, what just happened? I was getting into it. So do a little more hip-hop dance type of stuff in your songs. I really would appreciate that. Track 5's intro, unnecessary. Track 8 also had an intro with your kids, which I just mentioned earlier. It was cool, The Big Little Man. It was just kind of creepy. Won't get too much into detail. And lastly, track 10, Already Gone, the intro, the talking. I just... That is my biggest gripe with this album, was the intro and the songs being too long. Those are my two biggest gripes that I had with this album. I still think it was a really good album, and I enjoy listening to the songs that I mentioned earlier, track 1, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, and 11. I love listening to those tracks constantly. I really think those are really good. But the songs that have all those intros into them, I'm just like, skip. I just can't stand it. So with that, guys, I'm going to give The Journey Home by Stephen S. Billings an 8.5. I highly encourage you guys, though, to check out his music. Really good artist. I will be doing an album review of his 2014 album, Old Luggage, in a separate video, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that here on the Texas Man channel. With that said, you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.